algebra today. Ratio proportions, matrices, arithmetic progression and the geometric progression. Okay. So in ratio proportions, we have some important terms. We don't have any formula under ratio proportions. Now, what do you mean by composition of ratios? Compound ratios under ratio proportion. What is composition of ratios? Under composition of ratios, we have few things. Okay, so first of all, we have compound ratio. What is that? Do you know what is compound ratio? Of A is to B and B is to C and C is to D. What is the compound ratio? What is it, children? Compound ratio is nothing but the product of the first terms, that is AC is to BD. Okay, so the first terms, the product of all the first terms, the product of all the second terms. So if you have A is to B, C is to D, and E is to F. So what is the compound ratio in this case for all these three? The compound ratio will be all the first terms. What is it? AC. A is to B is to BDF. Okay, so this is called the compound ratio. Next one, we have something called duplicate ratio that I think all of you know. What is duplicate ratio? Duplicate ratio of A is to B. What is it? Duplicate means it is the square of it. Okay, the duplicate ratio of A is to B is A square is to B square. Then we have subduplicate ratio. Subduplicate ratio of A is to B will be, what is it?
Ma'am, it will be under root of A and under root of B.
Yes, square root A, square root B. Okay, so then the next one we have triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio. What is the triplicate ratio of A is to B?
Ma'am, A cube of A is to A cube, B cube of B cube. Yes, ma'am. A cube ratio B cube.
Okay, so duplicate means we do the squaring of the ratios. Now subduplicate means we take the square root of ratios. Triplicate is the cube of the ratios, and subtriplicate will be,
ma'am, it will be
cube root. Yeah, the cube root. So subtriplicate of A is to B will be cube root of A is to cube root of B. And anything else, any new terms we have, children? We also have reciprocal ratio. Reciprocal ratio. So what is the reciprocal of ratio of A is to B?
Ma'am, B is to A.
B is to A. B is to A. Okay, just the reverse. Now, so for the all these we can write a number of examples. The reciprocal ratio of 3 is to 7. 3 is to 7, the reciprocal ratio will be 7 is to 3. Now you can tell me what will be the subtriplicate ratio of 2 is to 3. Sorry, it's a triplicate ratio of 2 is to 3.
8 is to 27.
8 is to 27. Okay, so that is, you will have questions like, what is this triplicate ratio? What is the subtriplicate ratio? Okay, so you must know where you have to square, where you have to cube. Even by the name, you will understand what you have to do. Triplicate means cubing, duplicate means squaring. Reciprocal, just write the reciprocal of it. And compound ratio means you write all the product of all the numerators, that is first elements, by is to product of all the second elements. Now this first terms in the ratio, all these first terms have a special name, A and C. What is that called? Anybody know the name of the first terms? The first term is called as, yes, ma?
Antecedents.
Yeah, antecedents. Okay, so this A and C, the first terms are called as antecedents. And the second terms, first terms means that is AC, A and C are called. Now the second terms are called as what? That is B and D.
Consequence.
Consequence. Okay, please remember these names. So if they ask you by names, what are the antecedents, what are the consequence, means you must know these are the first term and the second term they denote. Antecedent and consequence. Okay, next question. If, first question, if 3a plus 2b is to 5a plus 3b equals 18 is to 29, find a is to b. So what we have to do? Write it as a fraction, 3a plus 2b by 5a plus 3b equal to 18 by 29. So what can we do in this case? What can we do?
We can cross multiply.
Just direct cross multiply and get the value of a and b. Cross multiply and get the values quick. So 29 then you take all the a terms to one side and the b terms to one side. Get me the answer. Because this cross multiplication we do in so many chapters. Yeah, very good. Chaitra.
A is to B is 4 is to 3, miss.
A is to B equals 4 is to 3. Children, are you getting, children? After cross multiplication, take all the a terms to one side and the b terms to one side. Then you will write what is a by b. Did you all get the answer? Okay, next question. If 3a equals 5b equals 6c, find a is to b is to c. If 3a equals 5b equals 6c, find a is to b is to c. How to find the ratio a is to b is to c? Now in this case, we can take 3a equal to 5b equal to 6c to be equal to some constant, say some value, say x. Okay, so now what will be a then? Now what is a? Now equate each of them to x. 3a is equal to x. So 3a is equal to x. Then a is what? X by 3. Same way you can write b is equal to x by 5. Equating each term to x, and c equal to x by 6. Okay, so now they are asking for the ratio of a is to b is to c. So how do you find the ratio of a is to b is to c? A is to b is to c will be equal to x by 3 is to x by 5 is to x by 6. Now this ratio, now we can take the LCM. Now actually this x is some numbers, it is 1x, 1x, 1x. We can keep the numerator as 1. Okay, this is nothing but this is equal to 1 by 3, equal to 1 by 5, equal to 1 by 6. Okay, converting into whole numbers. So 1 by 3 equals 1 by 5 equals 1 by 6. Now what is the LCM? 3, 5 and 6. LCM is
30.
30. Sorry, this is 2. Take LCM and you can get LCM is 30. So 3 into 1 by 3 times 30 is to 1 by 5 times 30 is to 1 by 6 times 30. So your answer will be 10 is to 6 is to 5. So if you have questions like in this order 3a 5b equal to 6, so equate it to some value, say x. Okay, so then each term or you can also, instead of x there itself, you can put it as equal to 1 also. It's nothing wrong. Okay, so a is separately, you'll find what is a, b and c, and the required ratio a is to b is to c, you will write it in ratio form. Okay, so here 1 by 3, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, you're writing, take the LCM of it. So once when you take the LCM and multiply, so your answer will be, the ratio will be 10 is to 6 is to 5. Next question. Divide rupees 581 among 3 children in the ratio 1 1 by 4 is to 1 1 by 3 is to 7 by 8. We have to divide rupees 581 among 3 children in this ratio. So what is our first step? So this ratio is in mixed fraction form. So convert to improper fraction. So this is nothing but this given ratio can be written as 5 by 4 is to 4 by 3 is to 7 by 8. So what can we do after this? Tell me. Any guesses? How to proceed after this?
Ma'am, we have to make like all the 3 terms. Like here we have 4, so we have to make here also 4 in the third term, so that they can be equated.
They can be equated, but here we can still make it simple. As I told you before, you can take the LCM. What is the LCM of 4, 3 and 8?
24.
LCM is 24. Okay, so just find out what is 5/4 of 24. 5 by 4 into 24 is to 4 by 3 times 24 is to 7 by 8 times 24. So how much are you getting? So we will get a whole number in this case. So when you find the LCM and multiply by that, you will get 30. Yes, 4 here 6 times, it is 30. So 3 here 8 times, so the ratio is 32. And here 8 in this 3 times, so it is 24. So we got whole number. Now first take the sum of the numbers. Now generally whenever
Ma'am, 7 3s are 21.
21.
I'm sorry, 21. So generally when ratios are given, we find the sum of that and we find the total, and this percent of that total is what? The same concept only we follow. Since it is all mixed fraction form, we put it in ratio form, take LCM and make it as a whole number, and then we find the total, the sum of the ratios. Sum of the ratios. What is the sum of ratios? We are finding the total here. Sum of the ratios will be 30 plus 32 plus 21.
133, miss.
30 plus 32 plus 21.
83.
Equal to 83. Okay, the sum of ratio is 83. Now we are going to find the 30 parts of 83 is how much. Okay, so this is the total parts we have. They are, so out of 83 we have 30 parts. Now what has to be divided? This amount. This amount should be divided in this ratio. Okay, so 581 has to be divided in the ratio 30 is 32 and 31. Sorry, 21. In this ratio, this has to be divided. So how can we do that? So always the first child or the first child will get, out of, so 30 parts of 83, therefore out of 581 rupees, how much he is going to get. Can you understand? So this total ratio is 83. Out of 83, this 30 parts goes to the first child. Therefore, in 581 rupees, how much amount will go to him? You can calculate and find. The same way, the second child. The second child, 32 parts out of 80 goes to him. Therefore, in 581 rupees, how much amount will go to him? And for the third child, so 21 by 83 into 581.
Miss, it is 210, 224 and 146, miss.
All of you got the same answer, children? 210.
224, miss.
224. Please add and check whether you're getting the answer right. So when you add all these three amounts, you should get 581. And the next answer is
147.
47. So you can check. You can check and see whether you're getting 541. So this is how the amount has been divided among three children when it is given in ratio form. Children, can you understand what we are doing here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next question. Two numbers are in the ratio 7:11. Numbers are in ratio 7:11. If 7 is added to each of the numbers, the ratio becomes 2:3. Find the numbers. So the statement is very simple here. So how to write it? Tell me how to write it. two numbers are in ratio 7:11 if 7 is added to each of the number.
From 7x plus 7 by 11x plus 7 equals to 2 by 3.
Very good. So 7 by 11 is the given ratio. So now since it is given in ratio is a multiple of some number. So 7x. Now the number 7 is added to each of the numbers. So add 7 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. So your ratio becomes 2:3. So this is how you sentence you try to understand and put it in the equation form. Henceforth it is very simple. You can cross multiply and get the value of x. After that you can find what is 7x and 11x. Cross multiply. 21x plus 21 equals 22x plus 14. Yeah, very good, Chaitra. What is the value of x?
Miss 7 I'm getting.
X is 7. Therefore, the numbers are. So you should give your answers. This is the step you will forget during exam. You will find x and just leave it. Okay, so find the numbers. The numbers are in the ratio 7x and 11x. Therefore, the required numbers are 7x which is equal to 49 and 11x which is equal to 77. Now under proportion we have a proportion, very important. We will get a question under proportions. Okay, so ratio part, it is only these type of sums you will have. One more question in ratio. If r square equal to pq, show that p is to q is the duplicate ratio of p plus r is to q plus r. If r square is equal to pq, show that p is to q is the duplicate ratio of p plus r is to q plus r. Now how do you write the equation here? They have given us r. So they have given r square is equal to pq. We need to show that p is to q is the duplicate ratio of p plus r is to q plus r. Now anybody tell me, how can I write duplicate ratio? What is the meaning?
Equal to
Square of
Duplicate ratio means what?
The square of the ratios.
Square of the ratios. Okay, so now P is to Q is the duplicate ratio of P plus R is to Q plus R. How do I write the equation here?
P plus R the whole square is equal to Q plus R the whole square.
No. You have to show this is the duplicate ratio of this. So it means this is the
P
result.
plus R the whole square is to Q plus R the whole square is equal to P is to Q.
Very good. Okay, now this is the result. This is the result. The question says statement, please understand. Show that P is to Q is the this is the answer. This is the duplicate ratio of this one. So duplicate ratio means P plus R the whole square is to Q plus R the whole square is equal to P is to Q. This is what we need to prove. Okay, take the LHS and let us prove the RHS. Is that clear, children? Is the means equal to. So P is to Q is equal to the duplicate ratio of P plus R plus Q plus R. So sometimes in exam you will have lot of confusions which side we have to square it, which is the where we have to duplicate the ratio or not. So this is the result. And this is the result of what? This is the result of duplicate ratio of P plus R, Q plus R. Okay, so this is your LHS. Take your LHS and prove the RHS. Now this condition is given that we can make use of in the sum. Okay, just expand. And also I see like students writing whenever A plus B whole square form, you simply write A square plus B square and finish. No, please don't do that. Always follow the identity. So here you have to write P square plus R square plus 2PR is to Q square plus R square plus 2QR equal to. What we can do, wherever we have R square, we can replace it by PQ. Okay, so replace the R square by PQ. So we have P square plus PQ plus 2PR is to Q square plus PQ plus 2QR. So after this, just look at the expression and tell what we can do in this step. Tell what we can do. You can keep it as a ratio, you can put it as fraction, that is your wish, children. So final answer should be in ratio form, that's it. It is not always like you have to keep it in ratio form and solve. You can put it as a fraction and do. Can you see something common? I'm writing it as a fraction for your convenience. Okay, is there anything common in the numerator?
P.
P is common. Denominator?
Q.
Yeah. Take the common term outside, common factor. So P plus Q plus 2R divided by, here if you take Q as common, you'll have Q plus P plus 2R. So now look at observe the numerator and denominator. Can we cancel this? P plus Q plus 2R, P plus Q plus 2R, both are same. So we got P is to Q. Okay. So here I've just kept it as a ratio form itself. You can put it initial itself, you can put it as a fraction and solve it, but final answer should be given in ratio form. Don't forget, your final answer should not be left as P by Q. You will write this as P by Q, hence proved. Okay, so you will lose your accurate mark there. It should be given in ratio form. Please keep in mind. Okay, then comes to, you all understood? So what condition is given, what they are asking to prove. So the same, they can give any other expression also. So you only have to understand the statement, whether it is duplicate, the same can be triplicate or subtriplicate. With any question they can frame. Next is coming to proportion. When do we say, what is proportion? What is proportion? What is proportion? proportion? Quick. Why no one is answering?
Equally.
Equality of two ratios. Okay, when we equate two ratios, we call it proportion. Okay, the equality of two ratios is called as proportion. Now, under proportion also we have under proportion, so we require A is to be a ratio, another ratio C is to D. So we put dots like this, 4 dots like this. This is called as proportion. So it means nothing but A is to B is equal to C is to D. So A is to the ratio A is to B is equal to the ratio C is to D. So then we say equating two ratios is a proportion. Okay. Then now here we have first term. A is called the first term, B is the second term, C is the third term, and D is the fourth term. Okay, that all you have to remember. Now if any one of the term is missing, okay, so also this A and D, are called what? A and D, the first term and the last term are called what?
Extreme.
These are called the extremes. Yeah, A and D are called the extremes. They are in the end. Now what about B and C?
Means.
Means. Now we have the rule, one rule, the product of the mean is equal to product of extremes. Product of mean is equal to product of extremes. Extremes, that is nothing but AD is equal to BC. So this is the rule we use for finding the missing term in proportionality. Okay, now here we also have continued proportion. What is the meaning of continued proportion?
Miss, B square is equals to AC.
Why? Continued proportion, immediately you gave me the answer B square is equal to AC. Why it is B square equal to AC?
Because A upon B ratio B upon C.
So A by B equal to B by C. So this B is being continuous, equal to C by D, equal to D by E. Okay. So these terms in between, the mean terms are continuous. They are the same. Okay. So A is the first term, B is the second term, B is again the third term. So when we cross multiply, automatically we get B square is equal to AC. When we take only these two, B square is equal to AC. So this is the rule for continued proportion. Okay. If if I'm giving you 6 is to X is proportional to 12 is to 13, find X. So you all know, very simple, product of the mean is equal to product of extremes, and you get the value. So 2X is equal to 6 into 13. You'll get the value of X. Isn't it? This is one form, type 1. So what is X value?
39.
39.
39. Okay. So this is, all the numbers are different. Any one missing value is there, you can use the formula. Second form is, you have to find the fourth proportion. Find the third proportion. To 9 is to 15. To 9 and 15. 9 and 15. Find the third proportion to 9 and 15. But here only two numbers are given, 9 and 15. How will you find the third proportion?
Let the third proportion be X.
Proportion.
Third proportion, you will take it as X. Okay.
We'll take continued proportion, no, miss?
Yeah. So what you have to do in this case, children, we have find the third proportion, but they have given only two numbers. For proportionality, what we require, we need A, B, C, D value. Yes, A is to B proportion to C is to D. Please remember, they are asking us to find the third proportion. Means, do you think they are asking us to find C here?
Yes, miss.
You are thinking they are asking to find C, but it is wrong.
D.
Okay, now Now you will write 9 here, 15 here, C you will write X. What about D then? What about D? Two terms we don't know, isn't it?
Ma'am, 2x. So, Miss.
Huh.
Miss, can we write 9 is to x is to x by 15, somewhat like that?
Please listen, very important. Whenever it is the third proportion asked, your second proportion becomes continuous. Okay, so please remember we have only two numbers here. Third proportion is our question. So it is 9 by 15 equals 15 by x. Now when your second proportion is continuous, we generally call the fourth proportion as the third proportion. Understood, children? Okay, so please don't confuse if it comes in 1 mark or in any other questions like this. Two numbers are there, find the third proportion. It means your second number is going to be continuous. 9 by 15 equal to 15 by x. So just cross multiply and get your answer. This is type 2, second type.
Miss, 25?
Yeah. So the x value is 25. Okay, so only one unknown can be there. In that case, what you do is make your second term continuous. Okay. Next is if x, 3, 12, y are in continued proportion. Find x and y. Find x and y. All these four numbers are in continued proportion. So two unknowns are there. So they have told it is in continued proportion. How can we write now? X by 3 is equal to
3 by 12 is
3 by 12 equals 12 by y. Okay, so by the word continued proportion, we must understand we have to give the ratio in this form. Okay, now we can equate x by 3 equal to 3 by 12 and get the value of x. Same way, this 3 by 12 and 12 by y you can equate and get what is y. Can you all follow? This is the other model. So when you get the first two terms, you'll get the value of x. 9 by 12. 9 by 12 is nothing but 3 by 4. You got x as 3 by 4?
Yes, Miss.
The y
Yes,
by 48. Okay, so every word, each word you have to see carefully. Next type is find the mean proportion. Between a mean proportion of 36.3 and 2.7. Find the mean proportion.
So, Miss, first step is to write that x1 and write the mean proportion bx.
Mean proportion means both the middle values, isn't it? So A, B, C, D. So these both are called the mean proportion. Yes, A is to B is equal to C is to D. This B and C are called the mean proportion.
Okay.
Okay, so they are asking us to find the mean proportion. So let us take this as Ex. So the mean proportion B square is equal to, so the middle term, the mean proportion will be continuous. We'll take this as X is to X. So 36.3 into 2.7 is equal to x square. So you'll multiply and take the square root to get what is x. So x is nothing but square root of 36.3 into 2.7. You can remove the decimal and then do it.
Ma'am, 6.6.
6.6.
9.9.
9.9. It is. Children, it's very simple. 363, is it a cube number, children? 363. Now, just remove the decimal. If it is 363, is this a cube number?
No.
It's not a cube number, isn't it? It is not a cube number. So 27 is 3 into 3 into 3, we can write. This one is 363. You can just do the normal 363, this prime factorization method, and you can find. So 3, 1 time, 2 time, 121 is 11 into 11. So when you take the square root, this 363 is nothing but 3 into 11 into 11, and 27 is nothing but 3 into 3 into 3. Okay, now for square root, what do we do where to remove the square root? So from each pair we take one number. So we have 11 as a pair, take 11 into, from this pair of 3 it is 3, and the other pair of 3 it is 3. Okay, so 3 3s are 9, 9 into 11 it is 99. So here we have a point before one number, 9.9. Is that clear, children? So please don't do your calculation, don't make your calculation complicated. As much as possible, make it simple. Each term you can factorize, do the prime factorization like this and get the value. Understood? If you multiply, you will get a very big value, and again will you keep finding the square root? Okay, make it simple. Okay, now also we have my next question. What number must be, what is the next question number? What number must be subtracted from each numbers, subtracted from each numbers 31, 26, 22 and 22, so that the remainder may be in continued proportion. What number must be subtracted from each of the numbers 31, 26 and 22, so that remainder may be in continued proportion. Continued proportion. So from each of these numbers, we have to let the number subtracted. We can take it as x or any other letter. Okay. Let the number subtracted be x. Number now what are they telling? If you subtract x from 31, 31 minus x, 26 minus x and 22 minus x, the remainder may be in continued proportion. The word continued proportion, how do you write the equation now?
31 minus x by 26 minus x equals to 26 minus x by 22 minus x.
Very good. So continued proportion, the second term becomes continuous here. So 26 minus x by 22 minus x. Okay, so after this, you know what you have to do. You will only cross multiply and do as we have done earlier. So this is how we write it. Okay, so the next question. Now you need not do the sum. Now if B is the mean proportion between A and C, if B is the mean proportion between A and C, you can do the sum later, children. Mean proportion between A and C, prove that A square minus B square plus C square divided by A power minus 2 minus B power minus 2 plus C power minus 2 is equal to B power 4. If B is the mean proportion between A and C. So what do they mean here?
A by B is equal to B by C.
A by B equal to B by C. They have given A by B equals B by C. Let us equate this to some number, say K. Okay, so we also call this as K method. Whenever any ratio is given, you put it equal to K and you can write in terms of K. Okay, say K. So from this, A can be written as A is nothing but equating each of your ratio to K. A is nothing but BK and your B is nothing but CK. So in the previous question, we have done one such question we solved. There they have given us the condition B square is equal to something. Here they have not given any condition. They have the condition they have given in form of statement. It is the mean proportion between A and C. So prove that. So that mean proportion we take it and we equate it to K. So A is BK, B is CK. So from this, again I can write my A as A is equal to this B, I can write it as CK square. A can be written as CK square. If you want, you can do this, or you can substitute as it is in this equation and prove LHS equal to RHS. Okay, take your LHS here, substitute the values, replace A by CK square and B by CK. So LHS becomes CK square the whole square. A is CK square, but A square we have. So in the numerator, can we take anything common? Okay, before that, you can even write this as C square K power 4 minus C square K square plus C square divided by C power minus 2 K power minus 4 C power minus 2 K power minus 2 plus C power minus 2. Take the common factor outside. Cancel the rest of the terms. So numerator, what is common? C square?
C square.
So you can write K power 4 minus K square plus 1 divided by C power minus 2, C power minus 4. So denominator, what is common?
C power minus 2.
C power minus 2. So K power minus 4 minus K power minus 2 plus 1. What can we do after this? What can we do? See if we can use a rule. Is BK. Can we cancel? Is it possible for us to cancel? Now, for the same basis, what do we do?
We can take C power minus 2 up, it will become C power 4.
Yeah, it becomes C power 4.
And we can write the denominator in terms of positive
Yes.
basis.
No, we have a negative power here. So K power minus 4 can be written as 1 by K power 4. Okay. So numerator, this one, I think you all understood, because we, for the same basis, we, here in division, we take the power to the numerator. So minus 2 will become your 2 plus 2. So C power 4. So this K power 4 minus K square plus 1, keep it as it is, divided by this can be written as 1 by K power 4 minus 1 by K square plus 1 by 1. It is 1 only. It is 1 by 1. Now after this, we have got C power 4. We have to get this B power 4 also. It's K power 4 to get the RHS. Now tell me, if you take LCM for the denominator, what is it?
We get 1 minus K square plus K power 4.
K power 4 minus K square plus 1. Take LCM because the denominator part is a fraction. So your LCM for K power 4, K square and 1 is K power 4. So here it becomes 1 minus K square plus K power 4 divided by those terms. So that when you take it to the numerator, divided by K power 4. Okay, now you can see this part. Now check your, so this denominator, we can take it to the numerator. So C power 4, K power 4, and look at these two terms, K power 4 minus K square plus 1, and here also 1 minus K square plus K power 4. These two terms will get cancelled. Okay, so this goes to the numerator as K power 4. So we are getting C power 4, K power 4, which is nothing but CK the whole power 4, which is nothing but your B power 4, your RHS. Okay, children. So if you have questions like this, don't get confused. You keep solving. All the negative powers convert to positive. Okay, convert to positive. Take LCM. So LCM and just be confident and do. Definitely you'll get the RHS. Because sometimes you keep solving and half the way you will leave the sum and you will move on to the next. Okay, thinking that what you do is wrong. Now, under proportionality, some very important properties we have. Certain properties called invertendo, alterendo. Okay, do you all remember these names, children? Invertendo, alterendo, componendo, dividendo, componendo, and dividendo. So here maximum we use componendo and dividendo. Okay, let me explain in short. What is invertendo? So invertendo, what do we do in the proportion? So suppose you have A by B equal to C by D. You have A by B equal to C by D. That proportion we are writing it in ratio form. Okay. So the invertendo means taking the reciprocal of both the sides. taking reciprocal of both the sides. The invertendo for this is, this proportions will become B by A is to equal to D by C. Okay, it is invertendo is nothing but taking reciprocal on both the sides. Reciprocal on both sides. Because we generally go with componendo, dividendo, and we forget, just never mind about these terms. But in case it comes, you must know what we have to do. Okay, next is alterendo. Alternando. So in this case, what we do, you have the proportion A is to B proportional to C is to D, that is A by B equal to C by D. You have,
We have to
yeah,
cross
here just the cross multiplication, just the cross multiplication. So AD equal to BC. Okay, cross multiply. Cross multiply. This is alterando. Now componendo separately, dividendo separately, we will not have any questions like that. So together, so componendo and dividendo, in short we can call it a C and D rule. Componendo and dividendo. So here what do we do? Componendo and dividendo, we have A by B. What do we do, children? A by B. What will be the componendo and dividendo rule when we apply for A by B? It becomes
E plus B by
A plus B by A minus B. So here it is simple numbers like A by B are given. Generally you will remember it as numerator by denominator. Whatever may be your numerator or denominator, you will write it as numerator plus denominator by numerator minus denominator. So because we cannot expect a single simple numbers here, so it will be under as an expression. So what you do, the complete numerator plus denominator divided by numerator minus denominator. Okay, so this rule, when you have an equation, it has to be applied on both the sides. If it is an in case of equation, it should be applied on both the sides. And this is also one of the common mistake. Only one side you apply the rule and the other side you forget. Okay, both side in case of equation. And this type of question we can see every time there is a question. In all the previous years paper, you can see there is a question. Okay. So the questions will be like using properties, find the value. So first question under this, if 7m plus 2n divided by 7m minus 2n is equal to 5 by n, use properties to find m is to n. M is to n. So also you will observe that the numerator and the denominator has the same variables like m and n. Okay, they have used the same letters. So what you do? Numerator plus denominator, numerator minus, this is 5 by 3. 5 by 3. Numerator minus denominator on both the sides. 7m plus 2n, this is your numerator, plus denominator 7m minus 2n divided by numerator 7m plus 2n minus, when you have a negative sign, I've told you please open the bracket, 7m minus 2n. Okay, otherwise what you do, you only write minus 7m minus 2n and you will end up getting a wrong answer. So 5 plus 3 by 5 minus 3. So when you take the negative sign inside, minus 7m plus 2n, quickly get the answer.
M is to N is 8 is to 7.
8 is to 7. So you're getting 14m by here 7m and 7m will get cancelled. 2n plus 2n become 4n is equal to 8 by 2, which is 4. Are you all getting the answer, children? Are you getting it or not? So we need only m by n value. So m by n value is 4 into 4 by 14. So which is 16 by 14. Answer will be 7 is to 8. Sorry, 8 is to 7. So under componendo dividendo, you may have proving sums also, or solving for x. The next question under this, solve for x using properties. Solve for x. So x power 4 plus 1 by 2x square equal to 17 by 8. So one model is finding the ratio m by n, the other model is solving for x, the other model we have is proving. That is all using properties. So when you apply the rule on both the side, what do you get? X power 4 plus 1 plus 2x square divided by x power 4 plus 1 minus 2x square equal to 17 plus 8 by 17 minus 8. So what do you observe when you look at the numerator here?
Ma'am, it is an identity.
It is an identity. Very good. So it is a plus b the whole square form. So here a is nothing but x square. So x square plus 1 the whole square. And what about the denominator? Again, it is x square minus 1 the whole square. Okay, so don't get confusion when you have x power 4, because x power 4 is x square the whole square. So this is a square plus 2ab plus b square form equal to, here you have 25 upon 17 minus 8 is 9. Okay, after this what you can do?
We can take the square on right side.
We can take the square on the right side, or we can take square root on both the sides. Taking square root on both the side, what happens is you can reduce the square here. Okay, so taking square roots on both the sides, will have x square plus 1 by x square minus 1 equal to, because here 25 square root, the value of x is 2. Okay, so this becomes 5 by 3. So now after this, children, one more time you can apply C and D rule, or you can do cross multiplication. That is your wish. Now in your question you can do the component or dividend rule for more than 1 times, 2 times, 3 times as the sum requires. Okay, so if you want you can do, or in this step you can cross multiply and get the answer. Whichever is easy for you, you can follow. Okay, both methods are right. So what did you get? It is not like only one time we have to use the rule. You can use the rule as many times till you get the value of x.
Ma'am, I got it as 2.
X value is 2. It's 2, or x square is 4.
4.
So x is
Plus minus 2.
plus or minus 2. So please give both the answers, plus or minus. Okay, here we are not talking about any distance or area and all. So there is no need for x to be positive. So x can take both the values. The value of x is plus 2 and minus 2. Understood? So you must know when we have to avoid negative values, when it is comes under distance or area or speed. Okay, all that the x will not take her negative values. In this case, we have to we can give both the values of the x. Okay, next we have the proving sums. That is again the same thing, same rule we follow. Now coming to matrices, one of the simple. So matrix addition and subtraction, what do we do for matrix addition subtraction?
Direct.
Directly we add the elements. Okay. So equating two matrices also, directly we equate the corresponding elements, equate the first elements, equate the second elements, like that. Okay. So now matrix, I'll give you, if A is equal to 2 minus 1 2 0, matrix A, and matrix B is minus 3 2 4 0, and matrix C is 1 0 0 2. Find matrix X such that, find matrix X such that A plus X equals to B plus C. So X is a matrix. In case of addition and subtraction, we can do it algebraically. First solve for X algebraically. So how can I write X? X equal to 2B plus matrix C minus matrix A. Then on substituting the values and taking the operations, you'll get the value. Yeah, try this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, after that, please can you explain like AP and GP in the same question, how we do them?
AP
Combination of AP and GP.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
If in case this is not possible, I'll do it next class. I'll continue AP next class, okay? If in case.
Ma'am, actually I have a doubt, and after that we have a test, maths test.
Today that, because ratio proportion also is a very big chapter. APGP is also big. Okay, quickly do this. 2 times B matrix minus 3 2 4 0. Did you get the answer?
Yes, miss.
Yeah. So first, this is called scalar multiplication. You will multiply 2 with each of the element. That is 2 times B. You will multiply 2 with each of the element. Then after that, you can add the corresponding all the first elements. So minus 6 plus 1 minus 2. So your final answer, can you tell me, children?
Minus 7, 5, 6 and 2.
7, 5, 6, 2. Did you all get this? Did you all get the same answer? Okay. Now, addition subtraction is easy. Equating of matrix also you will do with the corresponding elements. Coming to multiplication of matrices. So, when is multiplication possible? Multiplication. When is multiplication possible?
Ma'am, when the row of row of first expression is equal to the row of second expression.
Number of columns is equal
Columns
to
in the first matrix must be equal to number of rows in the second matrix. Okay, multiplication is possible. This multiplication is possible or if and only if the number of columns in first matrix in matrix A, I'll write the first matrix as A, in matrix A is equal to number of rows in matrix B. Matrix B. Okay, so if I give a matrix like 3, 5, minus 1, 2, and another matrix as matrix A as this and matrix B as 4 and 7 column matrix, is multiplication possible? Check.
Yes, miss. Yes,
Row means you take it horizontally. Okay, taking horizontally we call it row, and going vertically we call it column. This is column and this is row. Okay, now number of column in the first matrix. How many columns we have? We have 2 columns here, 2 columns, and number of rows in your second matrix. So first row, second row. So these both are equal. So multiplication is possible. Now, if find x and y, first question, find x and y. If 2, 3, minus 1, 0, this matrix into xy equal to 7 minus 2. So what will you do here? Row into column. Row into column. So 2 into x, that is first row, first column. So 2 into x plus 3 into y. Okay, first row plus first row into first column you do. Okay, so 2 into 3, 3 into y. Now coming to the, now that's all. If you have one more column, then first row, second column, you will leave space and write. Okay, this is your first element. This gives your first element, first row, first column. Now switching to the second row. So here also we have to switch to the second row. Those who don't know, please listen. Here we are switching to second row. Now second row, first column, minus 1 into x minus x, then 0 into y plus 0. Okay, so this gives us the first row multiplication of this equal to 7 minus 2. Now after this, you know, we have to equate the corresponding elements. So when you are equating 2x plus 3y equal to 7 you are getting, and minus x is equal to minus 2, minus x equal to minus 2. So here you are getting an equation. From here you get x value as 2. Substituting x as 2 in this equation, you will get your y value. So your y becomes 1. 1. The y is 1. Okay. Now finding the order of the matrix. How do you find the order of the matrix? You all know how to. What is the order of this matrix? If I say 3, 3, 2 this way, what is the order here?
2 into 1.
Order is always row into column. Okay, so row, number of rows here 2 and column is 1. So 2 into 1 is the order here. Next one, now given matrix A equal to 4 sine 30 cos 0 and 4 sine 30. This is your matrix A, and matrix B is equal to a column matrix 4, 5. If you have only one column, we call it as column matrix. Same way, if you have only one row, we call it as a row matrix. And if AX equal to B, write the order of matrix X. First question. Order of matrix X. Second one, find matrix X. Find matrix X. So how do you find the order of matrix X? We have given AX equal to B. We know the order of matrix A. What is the order of matrix A? Look at the question.
2 by 2.
It is a 2 by 2 matrix. So this one we don't know. We'll take it as A by B. Now order of matrix B is nothing but
2 by 1.
2 by 1. Now how to find the order of this X matrix?
Ma'am, the number of rows of the first matrix into the number of column of the second matrix.
Yeah. Now first of all, we know multiplication is possible. Number of column in the first matrix must be equal to number of row in your second matrix. Okay, so only then this is A into X. So first of all, multiplication is possible only when number of column equal to row. And also the resulting matrix, the product matrix, will always take the row from the first matrix and column from the second matrix. Okay, so always the product matrix take row from the first matrix and column from the second matrix. Now what is the order of this matrix X?
2 by 1.
Yeah, A is 2 and B is 1. So order of matrix X is 2 by 1.
Miss, can you explain once more, Miss, this one?
See, multiplication is possible. Whichever matrix we don't know the order, we'll take it as A by B. Okay. Now A matrix we know the order. It is of the form 2 by 2. And B matrix is of the order 2 by 1 that is given in the question. Now to find what is this A and B. First of all, A into B it is. So multiplication is possible when the number of column in the first matrix must be equal to number of row in the second matrix. So A is equal to 2. Okay. Then always the product matrix, the result. Okay, the product matrix will take row from the first matrix. Okay, see this and this will be equal. The product matrix will take row from the first matrix and column from the second matrix. So this 2 and this 2 row, they are equal. So B is equal to 1. So the order of the matrix is A by B, which is nothing but 2 by 1. Is that clear, children? Because writing the order is very important. Okay, after getting the order, now we have to get a matrix in this order. Now the order is 2 by 1. So you let X is equal to. Let X is equal to. You have to make a 2 by 1 matrix. That is 2 rows and 1 column. What I can write? X is equal to, say, X and Y. Okay, we have to give a name for this elements for this matrix in this order. So 2 by 1. So 2 rows and 1 column. You can give it A, B or any X, Y, anything.
Miss, you gave your let X, capital X is equal to small x by Y. Now this is capital X and small y. We can write, Miss, like that?
We can write because this capital letter denotes the matrix.
Because my teacher gave 0 because she told I can't use the same alphabet.
Same alphabet because, no, this is different. Now, my capital letter denotes the matrix. My small letter denotes the elements.
She gave me 0 because she told you should take A or any other alphabet, no same.
No, nothing like that. I can even show you examples, textbook examples or any solved examples also. Whenever any matrix, any unknown matrix, if it is a matrix, it should be denoted as A. You cannot take here this matrix as X and the elements also as X. You cannot, there should be difference. If this is capital X and elements can be taken as small x. So if you write both x as like this only, capital X and small x, if you are writing like this, then it is wrong. Okay, there should be difference. Or you can take it as AB. Okay, so always matrix denoted by capital letter. Instead of this X matrix, instead of this place, they could have given you C also. Okay, so the matrix C is equal to, now you can take X by Y. Or it is, but what I am telling is matrix will be denoted in capital letters, elements will be denoted in small letters. Okay, now you have taken it as X and Y. It should be like uppercase and lowercase. There should be difference. Otherwise, you cannot give both the side lowercase on both the side uppercase. Okay, do it. Now, you remember the trigonometric values, children? Matrix A, 4 sine 30. So, 4 into sine 30 value is 2. 1 by 2. So, it becomes 2. Cos 0 is 1. 1. Then cos 0 again 1 and 4 into 1 by 2. Okay, so for writing the right trigonometric values and solving, you will get the answer. You will get marks for that. So you here, this is basically 2, 1, 1, 2. 2, 1, 1, 2. So your matrix A, so 2, 1, 1, 2 into XY is equal to 4, 5. Column matrix 4, 5. Okay, now do the multiplication, row into column. So first row, first column. Remember that gives you first position. First row, first column, first position. So 2 into X plus Y. Okay, now there is no more column. Otherwise, we have to give space, leave some space, and first row, second column. There you have to write. Now we have to switch to the second row. When you are switching to the second row, you have to write it down. So second row, first column. So when you tell it, you will not have confusion where you have to write. This is X plus 2Y equals. This place you have to put it inside the matrix, and on the other side you have to give 4, 5. Okay, first matrix form. Then when you are equating, only in this place you can remove the matrix bracket. So 2x plus y is equal to 4 and x plus 2y equal to 5. Okay, you guys, some of you gave the answers. On solving, you will get what is your x and y value. So the values are not required. We require it as a matrix. You have to give answer in the matrix form. So what's your x answer, x value and y value? You can do simultaneous elimination method.
1 and 2.
X is 1, y is 2. So final answer, please don't leave it like this. Final answer is your X matrix. The question is to find matrix X. So X is equal to 1, 2. This is your answer. Okay, so here under multiplication, finding the order is very important, and finding the matrix. So wherever you have the matrix, you have to name your matrix and then do it. So in the previous case also, we need to find a matrix, but that was under, in the previous question, that was under addition subtraction. So we can algebraically bring it to the other side. See, look at the difference. Here also you need to find this matrix X, but there is a difference. You can see all the letters, each one denotes the matrix. So it is being denoted in capital letters. Okay, so here since it is addition subtraction, we can directly bring this A to the other side and get your matrix X value. You need not have to assume any X value, find the order, nothing. Because everything, addition and subtraction is possible only when order and rows and columns are equal. But multiplication not like that. Multiplication possible only when number of column in first matrix equal to number of rows. So in that case, you need to find the order of that matrix is very important. After finding the order, you have to give the elements for that matrix according to the order. and then after that you need to find and give your final answer in matrix form. So today it is almost time, children. APGP, another very big chapter. Somebody asked for help, but I don't know whether we can do complete it or not. We cannot 100%. We cannot complete AP. Okay, now at least the formula you can tell me for arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. How do you find the nth term?
Plus n minus 1 into
D.
A plus A is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Now what is this A? A is your
first term.
first term and D is your
Common
difference. D is your common difference. Now generally your arithmetic progression will be in the order A plus D, A plus 2D, like that. So this is your first term, this is your second term, this is your third term, like that. And hence A plus 3D, like that it goes on. From there only we get this general form. So general form is AN is A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, so D is the common difference. How do you find the difference here, D? The difference D is given by?
Second term minus the first.
Second term minus first term. So sometimes in your question, you will have like both the progression, both are in arithmetic progression, or they will give you the series, prove that both are in arithmetic progression. So arithmetic progression, if we have to prove arithmetic progression, the only idea is to prove their common differences are equal. Okay. Find the 10th term. Find the 10th term of AP 2, 7, 12, etc. So in this kind of questions, it is must very important to write what is your A and D. Okay. So A is 2, and what is the difference?
5. 5.
This can come in 1 mark also, children. By they will ask which is the which of the following is an AP. So please check the difference. Sometimes they will give you 2, 7, 12, and 14. But here, for these both the difference are same. These both, but here the difference is not same. Okay, so 12, say 14. Difference is not same. So that way and all you have to check very carefully. So what is the 10th term?
47.
Naina, Chaitra? A10. Formula is not important. You are not going to get marks for writing the formula, only the right substitution. Did you all get? Now check whether 301 is a term of, check if 301 is a term of the list of numbers, 5, 11, 17, 23, etc. You have to check whether this 301 comes in this series, in this sequence. So can we check? First check whether the difference are equal. Is the difference same? 11 minus 5, 17 minus 11, 23 minus 7.
4.
Yeah, D is 6. 4. Okay, next. How will you check? You just put it in the formula. A is 5, So take your nth term. Let 301 be your nth term. An be, let An is equal to 301. Okay, so a plus n minus 1 into d equal to 301. Put it in the formula and find what is your n. So a plus n minus 1 into d equal to 301. So find n in this case. So 5 plus n minus 1 into d is 6 here.
No, miss, we are getting fractions, so it will not.
So checking whether this is a term means your n must always be a whole number. Okay, so here if you're getting n as a fraction, so it is not possible. Number of term cannot be a fraction. Okay, so 6n minus 6 equal to 301. What is your n value? 6n is equal to 302. So n is equal to 302 by 6. 302 by 6, that is 151 by 3. It is not divisible. Definitely it is a fraction. Okay, it is not a whole number, which is not a whole number. So it is, this 301 will not come in the, is not a term. Okay, so the way of questioning may differ. They'll ask you whether it is a term in this sequence, or check whether it comes in the list of these numbers. Okay, so the term, the language you must understand, children. The next question. If the 17th term of AP, if 17th term of AP is 5 more than twice the 8th term, twice the 8th term, if 11, okay, if the 17th term of AP is 5 more than twice the 8th term, and if the 11th term of AP is 43, and if 11th term is 43, find the nth term. Find the nth term. So 17th term is 5 more than twice the 8th term. So how do we frame equation here? A17 is, the meaning of is equal to, is 5 more than, what should I do? 5 plus twice the 8th term, 2 times A8. Did you all write this correctly? Can you understand, children? So this type of statement, you have to read each statement and frame the equation. And also they have given the 11th term is 43. So A11 equals 43. Now 17th term can be written as A plus 16D equal to 5 plus 2 times 8th term is A plus 7D. And solving this, you will get an equation. And here A11 also. You will get another equation. So what equation did you get from here? What did you get? Minus A plus 2D equals 5, isn't it? This is first equation. Did you get this? For the second one, A11 is 43 So A plus 10D, A plus 10D equals 43. This is your second equation. Solve them both and get what is D and A. So two equations you got. By elimination you can find what is A and D. Are you all solving?
Miss A is minus 17 and B is minus 6.
Anybody else? So here we are getting 12D equal to 48.
Ma'am, D is equal to 4.
D is 4. D is 4. Sorry, D is 4. And what is A? Elimination, we already have a negative A and positive A. We need not do any changes. A is getting eliminated as it is. So 12D is 48, D is 4. What is A if you substitute?
3.
3. Very good. A is 3, D is 4. After that, what are we supposed to find? Find the nth term. How do we write the nth term? AN. AN is nothing but
A plus 1 minus 1D.
To D. In the nth term, you will substitute whatever we got. That is 3 plus n minus 1 into 4. So AN is nothing but 3 plus 4n minus 4. That is nothing but 4n minus 1. So AN, this is your nth term. So nth term is 4n minus 1. Okay, children, did you follow? So I'll continue AP in the next class. AP, then GP, then we'll move on. So because we had all big chapters, I could not complete it.